Y'all, people are always asking me what I make with my canned items that I do over the winter, and the truth is I don't have recipes that I typically make with just my food that's preserved, although this kind of looks like it. I tend to can what I am going to use ingredient wise. So I can tomatoes and I use those instead of what the recipe calls for a can of tomatoes. I can beans, I can chicken. I don't make enough tomato sauce for the year. I can mild the tomatoes with green chilies like Rotel, but I ran out of them, so I'm using store-bought. But anyways, I was starting to put this meal together. It's one of my quick dump and go meals, and I realized this would be the perfect recipe to show you how to use up all your canned goods, or not try to use them up per se, but what you can make with your pantry items, because everything in here is from the pantry. This is a 4-bean chicken chili. I actually also put store-bought versions of all this together in a Ziploc bag and put in our city's little blessings box, so it's like dinner in a bag. But so we have, I was opening these when I realized, so I have something that's already open. We have kidney beans, black beans, these are kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans, white beans. I did not make enough last year to can, so I had to buy those. A can of chicken. If you are using store-bought canned chicken, which I don't like, but I love homemade canned chicken, that's like a regular, it's not one of the small cans, it'd be one of the big ones. Tomato sauce, tomatoes with green chilies. Sometimes I use Mexican corn. This is a corn relish, so it's not as spicy, but it's different. And then cumin and garlic. The garlic I grew, the cumin I did not. And this is a dump and go recipe, y'all. So I just get my pan going and I start dumping things in. Use spatula here to get stuff out. Ooh, those came out easy. Couple I already opened. So I've got 4 types of beans here. Just a can of each. This is an easy recipe to double. If you're vegetarian, just leave out the chicken. Let's see, I did not open this yet. This is also an easy meal to give. Like I had mentioned the blessings box, I'm putting this in a Ziploc bag, but and you have to get the big bags for that. But this is also an easy meal if you need to take a meal to somebody and maybe you can't take a meal right then, or you want to give them, maybe you take a meal plus makings for another meal. You know, it's like an easy thing to hand off to someone because all they have to do is dump and go. It's not a big production to get dinner on the table. You could also serve this, that one's on good, over rice. This is the canned chicken. I tend to crumple it up. I put the broth and everything in there. In fact, I put all the juices from all the cans in there. The beans, the tomatoes, the corn, everything. This chicken flakes up real nicely and just goes. Wash my hands again. Sorry, my hands are always dry because I wash them like 30 times a day. Okay, so tomatoes and green chilies. Corn relish. Add a little bit of a different flavor. And this is all just, it's already starting. You just have to heat it through because all the ingredients are already cooked. You don't have to cook it again. Get my tomato sauce. It's always hard for my thumb to do. And then for spices, I normally add cumin and garlic, about 2 teaspoons of each. Maybe a little extra of the garlic. And if you have any of these ingredients fresh, like fresh garlic, I guess you could put fresh corn, but the whole point of this was to make a pantry meal, but you can substitute that. And this comes together, you can eat this as is. You can turn it into a little bar with like shredded cheese and sour cream and stuff like you would with chili or taco bars or taco soup or something like that. This is one of my kids' and husband's favorite of our quick meals. I like have separate lists of food I make on nights that are crazy, like tonight, where I need to have something people can kind of come and go because we're like ships passing in the night tonight. And while this is reheating, I just start to get this stuff taken care of in the sink. So cleanup is a snap too. If you're using store-bought cans, you don't even have to wash the jars. You can just throw them away, recycle them. And this is a simple meal for us. We just eat it as is. I don't usually make a side dish or anything to go with it. We just eat it like this. So as soon as it's heated through, it's ready to eat. Let me bring you in so you can take a peek at it. And just like that, in really less than 10 minutes, because it does not take long to heat up. None of this stuff was cold. It was all room temperature. Dinner is ready. Okay, I just ladled some up. I put shredded cheddar on mine. And that's how I like it. I like sour cream too, but I don't have any right now. Green onion, chopped green onion is also a good one for this. Good comfort meal, super fast, super easy. I had this done in less than 15 minutes, including going down to my basement and getting all the cans and opening them up. It's really just a matter of heating through. And it's good. I'll see you guys in the next one.